Alright, just doing a little quick update. Let me show y'all the banana, Missy Lukey banana that I transplanted. And as you can see, this area holds a good bit of water. But anyway, it's putting out new leaves and doing what I think it ought to do. So that's pretty good for that. I was incorrect the other day thinking I was having some Fuyu persimmon fruit. Just new growth, both of them, just branches coming off, which is, you know, better than nothing for sure. So no fruit, but it's getting bigger down here. It's putting some size on. It's probably growing about a ½ inch in diameter down there this year. So that's good news on that front. Sugar pear got some new growth this year. Not sure if y'all can see it, but doing great. Got the I got back here the other day with my mulcher machine, my brush cutter, and got some real stuff done, but then it died on me almost immediately after I got it back from the shop. So y'all can see that. That's my my raspberry, and there's another one of the canes on the raspberry right there next to this enormous canna that's 6.5 feet tall. I ran over a little bit of that intentionally because I need to get rid of it. Looks like we got a few blooms over here on the wolfberry, goji berry. I don't know if I got it in a bad spot or it just doesn't like it here, but anyway, here's my Saijo persimmon. The leaves always look like this when they come out. They look all constricted and like things got rickets or something. I don't even know what rickets looks like, but I imagine it looks like these leaves. But I mean, you know, some of the leaves, you know, enormous and beautiful. We got some berries back here that are coming ripe too. That's cool. Looks like the birds already been after them. See all the missing ones? Yep. That's what happens every year. I don't ever get any of these. Birds get back here and get them all. That's fine. But anyway, Saijo persimmon is doing really well, putting on a lot of growth. I mean, I bought that as a 1 to 2 foot tall tree. At the same time, I bought all these other trees, and it's the second tallest, third tallest of all of them. So, go figure. Elephant ear I transplanted is doing well. I cut that off, and it's got one leaf, and I'm sure is establishing its roots right now. But that should do really well back here. It stays wet back in this corner. This is my apple tree, my Anna apple, putting on a good bit of new growth this year. I got to get in here and thin out the middle of it a little bit. I don't want to prune on it too much, so didn't have any apples this year, and it's because I'm satisfied I don't understand how to prune an apple tree. This is one of my Brooks cherries, probably doing the best of all of them. Grow, that's whatever, 5 feet of growth this year. This is my coral champagne cherry, and I mean, you can look at it, it just looks weathered, you know. I don't know how else to put it, but it just doesn't seem like it's doing very well. You know, it's got irrigation down here. I run it just as much as everything else. It's all on the same system. But yeah, for some reason, it's just not doing well. Not doing well at all. I don't like the way that looks, and it looks like it's sunburned almost, but it's hard to tell what's going on with that tree. This one I'm satisfied is dead to the stick, dead to the bottom. That was another Brooks cherry, and you see, I mean, there's one, there's the other, so you know what you're gonna do. Sorry, I got a little bit of infestation on my pleury tree right here. I gotta chop it back before it takes over. I don't want those on my pleury tree, guys. And bugs have been taking after this pleury tree pretty hard. See all the leaves have been nommed on. So, I mean, the tree otherwise is doing fine. It's putting on some size to the trunk and a good bit of new growth. So, it's just getting nibbled on a good bit. This is my Satsuma plum, doing excellent. This is probably, I mean, I think this spot back here is plum haven, because I mean, it loves plums back here. This one here is doing great. That one there is doing great. That's a Santa Rosa. Couple little experiments. This is a dinosaur tree kale there. It's been also getting nommed on. I'll check it when I'm out here. I don't know what's doing it. This is my Chicago fig I planted last spring. Bought it as a nubbin from Tractor Supply. And you can see this year it is just loaded up. Loaded up. It had four forks on it, and I took one of them and bricked it and have it potted up. And I made probably 3 more trees out of it. So, I mean, I'm gonna make my money back on that one, no doubt. All right, Santa Rosa plum again, and it's really putting on some growth and some size down there. That's really what I like to see. The elephant heart plum that I brought from Greenville, doing great. Transplanted it all the way from there to here. Now, it rode in the cab of the truck. I didn't try to ride it, let it ride in the bed of the truck, because yeah, that's just a good way to kill your trees. It dries them out and so forth. And what all we got going on here? Some kind of bug. Nothing left there. All right, so anyway, that's that. LSU Gold. The figs seem to be continuing to plump adequately. It's doing great, and we got a new little figlet there. So it's got irrigation on it too. I really like, instead of the little drip emitters, I like these little stand ones that's kind of squirt in about 6 different directions. I really like those. This is what they look like. Oh, just like this. And they have a thing, so I can stop them in over here today, and next week I can move them. And so that, I think that works better, and it lets you get a lot more water to your trees all at once. Full circle, I guess. This is the Chojuro pear that I planted this year. You can see all the size it's already put on it. It's already putting a strain on that thing there. I'm gonna loosen it up. So good. My hope is that it'll spread out and essentially shade my bees a little bit. I don't think, where we are, I don't think it matters whether you've got sun on them and all. Look, I mean, it's just, it doesn't get cold enough here, except in the winter, at which point they ought to be, chilling out and saving up. These were my beautiful blackberries, but somebody, dog, has come by and stomped them. Oh well, what you gonna do? $10 investment, so nothing really shot to hell there. All right, strawberries. Drip irrigation, true drip irrigation on these. I quit pulling the buds off, so we've gotten a few strawberries off of here. There's one, and we're really enjoying those. The few that we're getting, the ants seem to be beating us to the rest of them. Yeah, that's good. See them? Bastards. Anyway, borage didn't like it up here very much. It's not enough nutrients up here for them. I mean, look how, pale they are. Strawberries look good. See, look at all the ants up here. I have no idea how to rid myself of that. What a mess. All right. So my idea was to test this and then put like 3 or 4 levels on these posts. Because this is the sunniest spot in the yard. So realistically, I'm only gonna miss about an hour of sunlight at any one point if I do stack them straight up and down. And also any water that drops off of these would drip into the others and so on and so forth. And if I put them at a different angle on each one of them, then maybe they water themselves and I don't have to run drip irrigation on the whole thing. That's my thought anyway. A little row of, yeah, I know they're falling over. Can't do much. After a while, they get too heavy. And they don't really seem to care about falling over either. I mean, those were on the ground yesterday. I picked them up. So this is a Celeste fig and a Celeste fig. This one, that's gonna be a Black Mission. Got some onions that are basically 4 feet tall. I mean, that's ridiculous. That's so ridiculous. And awesome at the same time. One of my honeybees buzzing around. And also there is another Black Mission. Now there is one of the, say hey to Speckle. That's Speckle. Say hey, Speck. Don't say hey. Who's your good Bowie? Who is? Who's your good Bowie? Yeah. And then this is one of the Chicago Hardies that I told you I rooted off of there. That's one of them. That's another Black Mission. That's an avocado grown from seed. You can still see the seed down there. This is another Black Mission. This is another Celeste. And we got a bunch of different citrus going on over here. A bunch of different citrus, and they're doing really well. I fertilized them with those little fertilizer stakes you can buy. Fertilizer spikes. Doing really well. That is, pretty sure that's a Black Mission. That one's going to be a Chicago Hardy. That's another Celeste right in there. We got he loves drinking out the water bowls. That's Pakistan mulberry. That's a key lime, thornless key lime. That's a Desert King fig, a Latarula Italian honey that I took a couple of little pieces off of that were growing out by it, and they had little roots. And anyway, I made 2 new ones, so I've already made my money back there. That's a green pepper. I cut that one down because it didn't have any fruit. It was 5 feet tall, didn't have any fruit on it. And see the piece that come out from the bottom, or the what's that called? Not a runner. Anyway, it's shooting up from down here. That's the piece most people tear off, but I left it and cut it off up there. You can see, doing really well. Got some strawberries under here. This is my Bonanza fig. They're pretty, but they don't taste worth a darn. Some more tomatoes. I think I've got 14, 15 plants in here. This is my strawberry tree. What did I see it's called? I see it's putting out good roots. It came in with just a nothing root ball on it, and I stuck it in a cup just to give it a little bit more root base. Got a little bit new growth here. What is it called? I saw it last night. I'll think of it, and I'll try to add it to the description when I remember. Got watermelons. We actually got watermelons coming in. Check them out. Booyakasha. I don't know. That's actually a watermelon. Then we got the kale over here is about done. Bugs are getting to it pretty badly. See? Yeah, not a whole lot I can do against these bad boys. So, anyway, about the only thing I know to do is pull the whole thing up, toss it to the chickens, and say, live long and prosper. Tons of tomatoes back in here. I mean, this plant's, that's 11 feet tall. I mean, it's insane and awesome all at the same time. The Sun Gold cherries, they have a very good deep flavor, tomato flavor. The yellow pear tomatoes, they're less tomatoey, you know, the goo inside the tomato that has that tomato taste. They're less that than they're more meaty. You know, they've got more of the meat, which is, I'm not gonna say tastes less, but it's certainly a milder flavor. That's the Missy Luki banana, and that's the ice cream banana, and you see it's already got another leaf. I pruned it like Led said to do. It's doing fine, so yeah, rock and roll. Avocado doing well, seems to be putting on a little bit of tree growth at the bottom, trunk growth. That's what I like to see. Loquat from seed. I didn't grow it from seed. Somebody sold it to me and didn't tell me it was from seed, so it still hadn't produced fruit. That pear tree is a kefir, and it has produced nothing yet, but it has doubled in size this year, both sideways and up and down vertically. Olive tree, mum fig, it'll be ready to pick middle of July, third week of July. Another olive doing well. Got some new growth up here. Another olive. I stood it up this year because it was leaning over real bad, and it's doing great. More dino tree kale back here. I mean, they're not really doing much in our climate, so I don't know much to do about that. This is a flowering pomegranate I have ordered replacements for. Those I'm giving to my mother because she likes flowers, and they're gorgeous flowers. You know, wow, look at the size of those bad boys. I mean, the leaves on that, let me see if I can get it in perspective. See, huge. But it loves the spot back here. It's real low, and I mean, I need to split that. I really do. I need to split it, but it's just doing amazingly, and it loves that spot. I think what I'm gonna do is dig one of them up and maybe take it and put it somewhere in the chicken coop because it stays wet back here, and I don't like it staying wet, and that might help some of that. That's my Violet de Bordeaux. Had some issues planting it, but it seems to be putting out new growth now, and seems to be doing well. I got a Olympian, I think it's an Olympian fig back here. Yeah, and it's got a great deal of new growth coming up the top here and up to the left. It was this tall when I bought it, so that shows you the difference. Brown turkey fig. Brown turkey fig. See the tomatoes from the other side. There you go. Tons of tomatoes in there. And I know it looks like it's falling on itself, but it is. Say hey, Moose. He's a big dog. He's a big dog. Watch out, buddy. I gotta go through here. You're not coming with. That's my guard dog. He's a rescue. Nobody else wanted him from the shelter because he was too big, and I said they don't make them bigger. Love a big dog. All right, so that's another Maywa Kumquat. I got that on sale for 20 bucks from Lowe's. Now here is the mother black mission that I brought from the mountains, but it died all the way back down to the roots. It's too cold up there for it. So I moved it to right here. It's now back about, well, I mean, you see, about 4.5 tall, 4.5 feet tall, 4 feet tall. This is going to be my pawpaw patch. I had 3 trees die this year. I tried transplanting them, and they were just already too far gone. So what I'm going to do is this fall I'm going to order new. This whole mess right here. Let me back up so you can see. Let's see, that all the way there. That is a quince, and it has only ever produced That's the number one first fruit. Let me see if it's got the infection too. No, it doesn't. Usually they have this orange infection on them. It's like a cedar apple rust or something. And that's no good. And so anyway, I'm gonna come in here and hit it with the chainsaw and get it down to where it looks decent. And that'll open this up a good bit. And then I'm gonna come back in here and plant 4 or 5 more pawpaws. Because this area, there's some of what it looks like normally. See that? And I don't see any way of fixing that. I hate these doggone vines, potato vines. Dig up the roots and they look like potatoes. And this area just stays wet. So anyway, that's what's going on there. The weird color is I have a lot of rust in my water here. Gets on my truck and causes me all kind of heartache. But anyway, that's what's going on, is just rust in the water covering the leaves, which is not good for the leaves because they can't photosynthesize if they can't breathe. So, I mean, see that? Now my thumb is orange. So, that's my plan, is get in here and knock some of that out. Knock some of that out, open that up, make it look better. Look at this. This is, it's not pipe cleaner. How cool is that? I've never seen seed pods on them before. I wonder if that's edible. Somebody pop a comment in if it's edible, because there's a bunch of them in here. I doubt that's edible, but man, that's cool. I can hit this with my brush cutter and then buzz it all down to the ground in about 30 seconds. Blueberries are basically done. See, there's still there, but see that red in there? That's sour. Yeah, still a little bit sour. Yeah. Ooh. You gotta want it, and I do. I love blueberry, even if it is a little bit sour. These are my Titan blueberry. I found them at Lowe's a couple of years ago. Excellent flavor. I'm not, they're doing great. This one's doing great too. I don't know what kind it is. I bought it 5 or 6 years ago and put it here, and I used to have azaleas in here, and anyway, I realized it was there last year and was like, oh, it's doing great. Sure enough. Don't sting me, Mr. Wasp. This is a, see it doing that thing too? What's going on? Oh, what is that? It's the same as that. Pineapple quince. That's not right. I'm not sure what it is. It doesn't matter. I bought it this year. It's doing great. Planted these this year. Got a kumquat. No, loquat. There's one. That's the only graft I did that was successful this year. This is a fruiting variety. I don't know what kind it is. This is a from seed variety. This one did not have any successful grafts on it, so that's just what it is. Then these are chokeberries. I think these are chokeberries. Aronia chokecherry, yep. And then that's a spiderwort. My wife likes those, so I planted it, dug it up, and planted it there. So, there's your tour, guys. It's Sunday. I'm gonna go chill out the rest of the day. Y'all have a good one. Peace out.